JavaScript is a scripting language. It is not a full-fledged programming language. It is a scripting language with minimum features of a programming language. Okay, you can go through that introduction points. Okay. So I'm telling about the important points which are to be focused. Those points. The first one is that scripting content should be placed inside script tag. In CSS, for style definition, we used to put in style tag. Similarly here, script tag. Okay. You can place in head tag of HTML, this is script tag. And there are attributes. What are those attributes? Language and type. You have to mention this. Even for CSS also, in our example, we wrote only style, but it is better to write type. Type is equals to text by CSS. Here also for JavaScript, type is equals to text. It is a text related to JavaScript. That's why text by JavaScript. And the language is JavaScript. Okay. Of course, there are so many scripting languages. These scripting languages are used in different places for automation or some job to be done in different areas. For suppose in testing also, they will use scripting language. Okay, there is another scripting language called VBScript. That VBScript can be executed only in Internet Explorer by Microsoft. JavaScript, most of the web browsers will support JavaScript. Okay. So when you look at the example, see you can write in head section as well as body section. Okay, it is your choice. Okay, in this example, it is in body section of HTML. Okay, and we will be writing a program kind of like Java and C language, the basics with the variables, input-output statements, and some expressions, and few objects. What we use in JavaScript, that's it. Not more than that. Not more than that. No inheritance, no object-oriented programming concepts, nothing like that. It is not a high-end language. It is a scripting language with basic features like variables, expressions, operators, expressions, input-output statements, and few objects, built-in objects. For suppose one built-in object is document. Document is an object. Within that there is a method. When you call it is a built-in method. Whenever you call that one, it will display a text. For suppose in this example, hello world will be placed in the middle of opening and closing of body. That's it. So hello world will be displayed in the web page. That's it. Okay. So that is one small example. That's it. Okay. If you want white spaces, line breaks, semicolons. See, semicolons are optional. I think you can go through this, but let us concentrate on the important. Okay. Now you can create variables. So no need of writing the data type here. Directly you can write like Python. And directly you can write the name of the variable is equals to assign a value. Based upon what value you are assigning, that kind of data type is applied to that variable. Okay, that's it. Because it is in the form of object. It is in the form of object. Based upon the value, that variable will be used, should be used. Okay. And it is case sensitive, so small letters and capital letters both are different. And how to write comments, all those things. Then you can write in head section as well as body section, no problem. Okay. You can write the script in external files like CSS. Okay, and the extension should be .js. Extension should be .js. Like .css, here it should be .js. Okay, and you can create a function also. For suppose this is a concept called event handling in JavaScript. Suppose in our HTML we took one button. So generally on a button user will click. So for button there are events. One such event is on click. So when you write on click is equals to and some statement, that statement will be executed. For suppose you can call a function also. Here we are calling say hello. So the say hello function will be called and an alert message will come because in the function it is displaying an alert message. Alert message in the sense one small pop-up window will come or there OK and cancel will be there. It is used to alert the user, that's it. Okay, when you look at the definition of the function in JavaScript, it is similar to C language. But we have to write the key, similar to Python in fact. We have to write the keyword function. Okay, both Python and C language are included here. Okay, so we have to use the keyword function and name of the function, open the parentheses and write the arguments. For arguments, no need to write data type because while creating a variable, we haven't gave any data type. So no need to mention any data. In this example, no arguments are set. Apart from that, nothing is there. Okay, if you want to take arguments, you can take arguments, and those arguments can be used within the function. And remaining stuff is similar to C language. Okay, see, the thing is here return type is not mentioned. Return type is not mentioned. In the place of return type, you have to use the keyword function. That's it. Remaining things and all are similar to C language. And when you observe carefully, for variables, we are not writing any data type. That's why in the argument list, we are not writing, we will not write any data type for the variable. Straight away, name of the variable we will be writing. So what happens is when the user clicks on the button say hello, hello world alert will be displayed. That's a small example. Okay, you can go through that statement when to use script in body section and when to use in head section. Okay, so that is not that much important. If you have interest, you can go through it. Okay, you can use in both the head as well as body section. In head section, generally we call only alerts. We cannot write document.write. If you write document.write, it will be in the middle of head, both the opening and closing of head. So be careful in that. Okay. And see here, you can write JavaScript code in a separate file, and that file extension should be .js. Okay, and it is similar, just like just like in the internal JavaScript. You can write here also script tag type is equals to text by JavaScript, language is equals to JavaScript. Along with that, you're supposed to write SRC. In CSS, you are supposed to write href. Here it is SRC source is equals to name of the JavaScript. That's it. That will be applied here. Okay. And there are different ways of displaying some content on the web page by using JavaScript. One is you can take one HTML tag. In that tag, there is a value attribute. Otherwise, there are some attributes. If you want to change those attributes, otherwise, if you want to change the text in the HTML element, you can make use of inner HTML. Otherwise, if you want to put simply one text within the HTML page, then otherwise within the body of that particular web page, we will be writing document of it. Sometimes I want to alert the user for that window.alert. A window will be displayed. Directly you can call alert, otherwise the standard format is window object dot the method alert. There will be a console. Console is nothing but it is used to find out how our program is executing. If any error comes, it will be displayed over there like that it is. It will not be displayed to the user, it will be in the background. So over there, if you want to write any log, you can write the log by writing console.log. Okay. Then one example for that. See here we have taken one paragraph P. Okay, ID is equals to demo for that. Okay. Within that paragraph tag, there is no data. Okay. No content. Now in the script we are writing like this: get element by ID. See, document is one object in JavaScript. It has so many methods. We will see those methods. One of the method is document.write. Another method is get element by ID. You have to remember these methods. These are important methods. So that's nothing but we are getting the element, HTML element by using its ID. What is that ID? Demo. So what is that a tag? It is a p tag, paragraph tag. Further, there is an inner HTML that is welcome. So within the paragraph tag, welcome will be placed as text. That's what the point. And then document.write. Okay, we have seen this one within the script in body section, script tag, in script tag, document.write, whatever we write, it will be displayed on the web page, body of the web page. And then alert, an alert message will be displayed. Similarly, console.log of some text that will be written in the console of the Java browser. Okay, then variables. So you can simply write var money, otherwise money is equals to some value. So however you want, you can write. You can ignore that var. See here, this will help you to understand variable concept. You can write var money, otherwise var money is equals to 2000, otherwise simply money is equals to 2000. However you want, you can write, no problem. Okay. So if you write var money, that the data type of money is not yet decided. When you assign a value, then only it will be decided. If you assign any value, then only the type of the variable will be decided. There will be scope. There are global variables as well as local variables, just like C language. Okay, global more scope. Local means only that particular function of that particular block. For suppose if you take myvar, its scope is check scope. Only in this function you can access. If you take this myvar, this can be accessed throughout the JavaScript. Here it is a small content, but in real time there will be big content. Okay, if you create any variable within a function, the scope of that function is local, means what it is bound to that function. If you declare a variable outside of every function, then that particular function can be accessed throughout the JavaScript code. Then variable names, so you can follow C language rules here. Then basics of JavaScript object-oriented programming, but I suggest this is not there for you. This is not there for you. Means what, that much depth if you go, it will complicate the things. That's why what I'm doing is I'm not going through this object concept. Okay, means this is about creating the object. This is about creating the object. Okay. So no need to bother about that object creation and all those things. If you are interested, you can go through. Okay. And another point is, see, in JavaScript, important concepts are functions. I have explained about function. And then event handling, I have explained about event handling. Okay. And then validation. Okay. So validation also a little bit what is complicated. We don't know from where or who will give the examination question paper. That's why let us look at this. What is this validation? Then we can close this JavaScript. Okay. Now, we have to validate the data of the form. That is what form validation. Okay. We use JavaScript for form validation. Okay. Form validation is one concept. For that form validation, we can use JavaScript. Of course, we can use in different way. We can apply different things, but one way is JavaScript. Okay, form validation. That's nothing but if I ask the user to enter his phone number, but he may enter his some other number, or he may give his name. Something may happen like that. It is invalid. I don't want that data. And another thing is, suppose server will be in US and the client will be in India, and that unwanted and not a valid data, I don't want to make it to travel through network from India to USA. It will make more unnecessary traffic in the internet. Okay, unnecessary action. That's why what people will be doing is they will place a JavaScript code in the web page, and that code will be given to the client along with the HTML. And when the user fills the data and when he clicks on submit, before submitting the data, a function will be executed by JavaScript, and that function will check whether the given data is valid or not. If the data is valid, then only a request will be made from the client to submit. That's it. Until valid data is submitted, valid data is given by the user, that form will not be submitted. Even though they click on submit, it will not be submitted because it will show, please correct that one, please correct this one. It is not proper. That is not proper. Who will do that one? JavaScript only will do that one. That is called form validation. We have to check whether it is valid or not. If the form data is valid, then only send that data to the server. That's what the point. Here we will be using JavaScript. Okay. So let us look at one small example. I will explain only one example. It is sufficient. So you can understand the concept by going through this example. First, let us see the HTML program. Let us see the HTML program. So here HTML head, title, and then body. Okay. So of course, in the head section they wrote script. We will see that one. We'll see that one. In the body section there is form. In the body section there is a form. And name of the form we have to give in real time. We have to give. And important thing is attribute is on submit. This is important for validation. Means what? This is an event in fact. On submit is an event. Okay. So when the user is trying to submit, means what? There will be a submit button. So there are different buttons: normal button, reset button, and submit button. When the user clicks on submit button, then you can execute a function that is called event handling concept. On submit is an event. When the event occurs, you can execute one function. How to execute a function? By writing the name of the function. Here it is validate form. Of course, it will return a value. That's why we are writing return validate form. Okay, in this form we have name, password, gender. Gender is radio button. Age. Name is text box. Password is password text box. Gender is radio button. Age is a normal text box. Email also normal text box. Country is select with the select and options. Okay, and then languages. So languages, 3 languages, 3 check boxes. Okay, and then finally submit and reset buttons. Submit, type is equals to submit. Type is equals to reset. Okay, so that is our form. So now when you look at this HTML code, which is written in the head section of HTML page, in head section script tag, actually we are supposed to write language is equals to JavaScript and type is equals to text by JavaScript. Better to write that one. I encourage you to write that one in examination specifically. Okay. Now a function is defined with keyword function, space name of the function, and there are no arguments. And we are getting the values of the values. Otherwise, we are getting the data what the user has typed in those form controls. We are getting the values from the form controls. Okay, how? By using the document object. Document means it will refer the HTML page, HTML document. Dot. Within that, there are so many controls. One of the control is registration. That is the form. Within that form, there is one more control, that is uname. Uname is one text box. For that uname control, there is a value. Value is an attribute. So from uname text box, value will be retrieved and that will be stored in the variable un, var1. Similarly, password, gender, age, male, country, as well as language. Here we are simply checking whether the user has given any value or not. We are not bothering whether it is a valid value or not, but we are bothering about whether he has given at least a value or not. Sometimes some people will simply click on submit. No data, they will not enter anything, but they will submit. Okay, when they do that one, we will check whether the user has given anything or nothing. If it is nothing, then we will show an alert. See, we will execute, and if there's nothing but in JavaScript, just like C language, we can use if else, while, for, all those things. Okay, now in a JavaScript we can use all those things. So I think no need to mention about those things once again. Okay, so that's why in this document it is not highlighted those things if, else, for, while, but those control statements can be executed. Those control statements can be used in our JavaScript program along with, see, there are variables, there are operators also, just like C language operators, here also we have operators. And then just like C language control statements, we have control statements, if else, for, while, okay, and functions constant, and even handling constant, okay, those things. Now we got the value, we are checking whether it is null or empty. If it is null or empty, then we are alerting the user, and afterwards we are setting the focus. Setting the focus means the cursor will blink in that particular text field. Afterwards, return false. Return false means in the form we wrote like this: on submit is equals to return validate form. So validate form will return false. If it returns false, then form is not validated. If the form is not validated, then the data will not be submitted. That is the concept under form validation. So it is applied for all the tags. That's why always if. Okay. At the end, okay. At the end, if it passes all its, then only this alert will be executed and it will show registration success and return true. Means what? Then the form data will be sent to the server. See, here you can use for loop also, just like C language. For var is equals 0, okay, less than lan dot length. What is lan? It is an array, and another one is array is also present in JavaScript. Array is also present. Okay, and it has a small property. Array will be in the form of object, and it has a property length. So no need to maintain the size of the array. By using the length property, we can get the length of the array, and based upon that, we are writing a for loop. Okay, and those are all checkboxes. That's why we are not checkbox. I think select. I think so. So that's nothing but collection of items. So we are finding out whether it is checked or not. If it is checked, then break. Otherwise, it will execute till the end. If it reaches the end, again, please choose your language and focusing the first element and return false. Okay, that is one thing. And another one is validating the data. For suppose username, please enter alphabets only. Username, please enter alphabets only. Means what? Give numbers. Example so that you can understand that one. And here one point is there will be a regular expression for that. There will be a regular expression for that. Okay. So here we are writing for letters. We are writing on regular expression. There is nothing but say the value what the user is giving, that should be alphabets from small to Z or capital A to capital Z, means all alphabets, and there can be some spaces. That's it. Okay, and it can come one or more. Plus means one or more. Plus means one or more. Okay, so that is about letters, and we have to check numbers. So 0 to 9 plus means what? A number. Special characters. These are all special characters. Asterisk, exclamation, hash, percentage, ampersand. All those are special characters. We are checking whether one or many are coming or not. Similarly, alphabets are uppercase is there or not. Lowercase is not there, is there or not there. Then we will use a function called match. Match and the regular expression. If that un matches the regular expression, then this, see here there is a not. Okay, if it matches, then it is valid. If it is not matches, then it is not valid. Then we will show an alert to the user, please enter alphabets only. Similarly for age. There is match numbers. For password, it should be check special, means for special characters should be there, lowercase should be there, uppercase should be there. should be there. So ampersand, ampersand, that's nothing but and operation. Numbers, letters, password, validation. Similarly, we can give for email also. Email also. Sometimes they may ask this question. Write a JavaScript code to validate email. To validate email. Okay, at the time they are checking like this. Just like in Java, there are functions for string class. Here also there are functions for string object. String is an object in JavaScript. So for that object, there is index of mail. What is mail? So mail is in value. What the user gives. What the user gives. Mail is a value. What the user gives. Okay, can be obtained by using document.registration.email.value. It is stored in mail. We are checking whether it is null or nothing. If it is null or nothing, then alert. Otherwise, we wrote two expressions. One should be with for @, one should be other one should is for dot. We are getting the positions for @ and dot, and we are checking whether that those positions are in the correct correct place or not. There's nothing but Michael dot Gona. Some should be there. Afterwards, then Gmail. Afterwards, dot. So those positions are checked. Okay. So based upon those positions, we can find out whether it is whether the email ID is valid or not. Okay. So with this, I completed JavaScript revision. Okay. So in the next